Hello. How's it going? I don't like looking at chat over there. I may have to change this. I don't like looking over there. Hi. Hi, Delwyn. Hi, Rachel. Hey, Christina. Hey, Jan. Are you still here, Jan? You've been here a while. Everything look okay? Sound okay? My audio stuff that I fixed yesterday stuck, which is great. Hi, Mary. How's it going? Hi, Sarah. How's it going, you guys? I don't like looking to the side. Maybe I could put it like right there. Oh, well. Hey, Aisha. All right, so we're making my pattern today, the Quickie. That pattern is out now, and I've already cut mine out. So let's get some fabric on here so we have something to look at. I'm gonna make 2 today. Oh, good, I'm glad. Okay. Hi, Deb, how's it going? Oh, that sounds very productive, Mary. Hi, Margaret, how's it going? It's good to see you all. I know it's only been like a month, but it feels like it's been a lot longer. Okay, I might try a covered button with a magnet in it, you know? Hi, Lean, how's it going? Making 2, I mean, am I? Nah, it'll be fine. Maybe I won't bind the second one, but I will bind the first one, and we'll do all the pocket options though, and we'll do the pocket page. It's a quickie, yeah. I think I spend more time planning the fabrics and what pockets I want than I do sewing, but I know it really well, so. Hi, Jan. I thought you were here. Hi, Amy. How's it going? It's good to see you all. What have you guys been up to? I know some of you were at Pattern Chatter yesterday. Eliza left a really funny comment under our Pattern Chatter. Pattern Chatter is always really entertaining. It doesn't feel like I'm streaming because I don't see the chat in front of me. I see it over there. It's really weird. It's a lot of little things to get used to. I keep like running around needlessly looking for something that's already here, you know. Watching soccer, of course. All right, so, I should have, let me go grab a Quickie. Let's see, here's a few. That would have been good, right? Oh, really, Aisha? Which dress was that? I mean, it helps, Sarah, that I know this pattern like really well. Like I sewed this in production a long time ago. Hi, Emma, how's it going? Emma is planning on sewing with me today. I saw it on Instagram. I actually looked, I touched your profile, Emma. I'm like, okay, wait, who is this? What's this person's name? Nice to see you in chat. Watching football, not soccer. Julie, you know the history of the word soccer, right? That actually is the correct term. Poking the bear, poking the bear. All right, so this is my new pattern. This is something I did make a production style a long time ago. So it is a travel tool case, and it only has an elastic closure, no zippers, no nothing. It's very secure, I promise. We tested these really thoroughly. I never sold anything I didn't test. And there's 4 pocket options. All of them come with this little pocket page. And then you can do elasticized pockets, and this one has dividers that are pretty close for like double pointed needles, or flat pockets, right? There's 4 here, one's clear. Oh, yeah, Aisha, that was really weird. I know what you're talking about. Let's see, so that was the flat and the elastic pockets. What's this one? This one is also flat with elastic. This one is the other options. There's the bulky pocket. So the zipper creates kind of a gusset in there. So you have some volume. I know it doesn't look like much, but you can fit spools of thread, multiple spools of thread in here, a big cake of thread wax if you want. I had engineered it for hand sewing specifically for those kinds of items. And then this is a tooltip pocket, so it's more for things like heavier, larger, sharp things. So you could put this through here, like this. I'm trying not to hurt it, like that. And all of these you can, oh look, I fixed my things in chat. Yay, hi Eliza. Let's see how obnoxious they are. The little automatic things, like that Streamlabs one. You're gonna start seeing those again. They were turned off because I think they did an update. So when I was setting all this up, I had to revisit a lot of settings that I hadn't touched in a long time. So yeah. Yeah, so you can put, hi Nancy, hello. I didn't see you, you're green like Amy. If you put an exclamation point and then the word commands in chat, it will show you a list of words that you can type in chat and it'll trigger an auto response by Streamlabs. See, like that? So if you put in exclamation point commands, it'll be like, if I'm seam ripping, you put in exclamation point drink, because it's an old joke here that it was like a drinking game, right? So anyway, if you're new to live streaming, this is a very common thing in the world of live streaming. Hi Tanya, how's it going? All right, so this is the tooltip pocket. You could put any other things. They don't have to be like heavier, sharp things. It could be paint brushes or brushes or pens and pencils, whatever. You can put multiple rows of elastic. You could probably put, if you had like, you know, you can configure this any way you want. But I was going to say is that I suggest locations on the, let's see, what's this one? Oh, so this one's different. This is elastic and bulky, right? So it's a little different. And what's this one? I'm selling these right now, so I don't remember what they are. Oh, there's a lot of bulky with the tooltip. So this one, so I give you kind of ideas in the instructions of where I think the pockets work best, but you can put them anywhere you want. I think the bulky works better here because when you lift it up, everything in it is completely secure because it's always upside down when it's closed. And it also offsets the thickness down here, which I think is kind of nice when you go to close it. But it depends on what you're putting in yours, right? You could try this out and decide you like it up here instead. And same with this one here. I think this one works better at the top because you wouldn't want this down at the bottom, right? Lifting up like this and going upside down. It still would work, but it's just something to think about. So, oh no, they're not. Oh my goodness. There we go. Oh, I need to change the Phoenix one. I was a very big Harry Potter nerd. Hi Diane, how's it going? Yeah, lint lava, that was my floor. We could probably adjust these. I don't have a Facebook group. This is good, we're testing these out. No, we do not have a Facebook group. We have a guild, which is also linked in there. These are commands, Julie. Get with the program. Ask your kids, they'll know exactly what they are. That'll trigger her if I say something like that. Okay, anyway. I made these with just basic fabrics you can get at the quilting store. Lightweight canvas, quilting cottons. I use a stiffener that is a lot like Pellon 70. Mine's a little denser and stiffer and thinner. But you could also use a soft and stable foam or a few layers of canvas. It doesn't really matter. It's really there so that, you know, like when you're closing your case with the elastic like this, it's very secure, right? You wouldn't want something to go like this, right? You want it to be really secure for your tools because you're trying to keep them safe. and give it some substance, because it also will protect things. You know, you can throw it in the car and it'll be fine. So you don't want to do something like batting. Batting is probably not going to be quite enough unless you're maybe doing a tie instead of elastic. I don't know. I'm not revisiting other ways to close it really. Sorry. Your kid's asking exactly. Hey, Derek. Derek, what's the weather? How's it going? Nice to see you. Hi, Terry. Terry, the commands are back. So now you don't have to copy and paste the link. I think you can, you can just type exclamation point website. I'm gonna change these. I'll put one for Guild. We'll change the socials. We'll change Phoenix. Change the schedule. I'll just change all these. The backtack one, no one asks me that anymore. There's an automatic one that comes up for the Guild, Aisha, like it's timed. But we could put a command so that Terry... We don't ever see Malin modding in here. Where's Malin? Malin's going to get her duties revoked soon. Terry's doing all the work. Hi, Blair. How's it going? And then that way it'll be easier for Terry so she doesn't have to navigate away. Plus, if she's like on a phone and not at a desktop, it'll be easier to just write the command rather than navigating away and pulling it in, a link. So, oh, is she now on vacation? Well, she's been like that for a while, that gal. There's Nancy's favorite. Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. Let's do it. So I've chosen, these are my fabrics. I bought these at a little store called Sewbo, S-E-W-B-O, in Colorado, Boulder, Colorado. And I think their website's like something like Sewbo Co. Excellent store, lots of really nice garment fabrics, but I got some fabrics for these quickies because I knew I'd be making them. So I got this butterfly. This was my main fabric. I didn't realize how busy it was, so I just ended up using it as a contrast. This is my lining, this red. This one's getting a tooltip pocket and a set of flat pockets here on the lower portion. I did, since the tooltip pocket, if I cut and sew this the way the instructions have it, which you don't, you can choose your fabrics however you want. You can make them all the same fabric, I don't care, right? So I used my outer, instead of using this canvas, this right here is a canvas, I used the quilting cotton. I ended up making my tooltip pocket interfaced, which isn't called for in the instructions, but I thought it would be kind of a nice thing to give it a little more oomph. It could probably use a little more. Hi, Rainbow, how's it going? Oh, really, Aisha? Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, this fabric is really pretty. Let me see if I can show you a larger piece of it, Terry. It's really subtle, and I really like it. It's got Lily of the Valleys on it, which you never really see. It's really pretty, though, isn't it? It's a quilting cotton, but I really like it. It caught my eye. All right, and then our other set is going to be the elastic pockets and a bulky pocket. And I'm using this colorful one as my canvas. It's a canvas and it's out on the outer. And then this is my lining, which I love this fabric a lot. And then I'm using these strawberries as my contrast. These are all in the same group. These aren't, these were, I'm pretty sure, or same designer. That always helps if you're trying to kind of get crazy with your fabrics. If you pick something that's sort of by the same company or designer, it helps to kind of coordinate them a little more successfully. Weather, we have a government, oh my goodness. Okay, good, that's good, protect the stash. Can't see my chat and you at the same time. What is going on today? What are you watching on, Julie? What are you watching on? Are you watching on a phone? Hi, Barb, how's it going? I use 12 gauge matte vinyl. A MAC, but yeah, but a MAC what? I guess that's a desktop then? Why can't you see it on the same page? What do you mean? Oh, because you have it enlarged. Is that why? I think if you toggle through the chats, there's different chat options. I don't know about on Mac. And you can get the chat to be an overlay on top of the screen. It'll be like off to the right over here. It's for AirBook. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. One thing that is kind of good to note is that I can cut my binding with the remaining fabric of a fat quarter. I bought a fat quarter of each of these, and I could get binding enough for the whole Quickie, including the lining and some pockets. So there's a few seams. All right, so we're gonna do the flat pockets first. Someone posted their Quickie in the guild. I lost the end, there it is. Brittany did, and it turned out so cute. And she did some really clever things, like on the on these pockets here. These are the elastic pockets. She only wanted the top section to have divisions, and she wanted the back to be one large pocket. So she did her divisions only to this, and then she attached it to her case. I thought that was great. And then she also made a really cute a pin holder that out of a magnet. I know I don't really like pin holders made with magnets personally, but I think that's clever. I was going to use some felt pieces. I forgot. That's what I was going to do on here. But I ended up getting, I was inspired by her. So I have like 2 covered buttons, 1 covered button left. And I thought we could put a magnet inside, right? Because these are really strong. Yeah, see? And we could do a covered button. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of trying out. Might as well, right? All right. So what I've done so far is I've cut out all my pieces. Is there a hashing tail behind your just like a pin magnets? Yes, there is. There is. Do you actually want to know? Or do you want to keep using your magnets? My problem with pin magnets is that often your pins will almost instantaneously will get magnetized, right? And then they will stick on the back side of your scissors. These don't get magnetized. But let's say this one was magnetized, right? So you can be cutting and you won't see the pin back there. And I've ruined really nice scissors because I didn't see a pin back there. You just don't see it. You just pick them up and use it. So it magnetizes everything. So I'm not a big fan. I do have a little magnet like on the front of my machine that I have used in a pinch, and it has magnetized a few of my pins. So, all right, so we're gonna bind the vinyl of the flat pocket first. Ooh, we're sewing. It's the first thing I've sewn in forever. Oops. I'm definitely gonna be clunky today. I feel clunky in here. I feel a little out of sorts. It's a good thing I'm not doing someone else's project, right? Tell me how you feel about the cameras, you know, lighting, things like that. I want to know. So the things I did beforehand was I did overlock all of the pieces that have hems, which is the elastic pockets and the flat pockets. You can also, there's instructions to clean finish it, so you can turn it under twice and do that. There's a 3/4 inch hem allowance on both, so you can do whatever you like best. But because I'm sewing 2 quickies today, we're going to do the overlock. Understandable, right? My tension is so much better on this canvas than it is the quilting cotton. All right, so we have our pockets. The tallest one goes on the bottom. It's kind of contrary to what you think. And then there's our flat, and then let's assemble it. Ooh. Did you figure it out, Julie? All right, what is this, what's the, I don't remember. It is very detailed. Thankfully, there is a table of contents. I am so glad I added that because even I'm benefiting from it. So there is like a little overview of each pocket. It'll show you what it looks like sewn, what the, like the graphic of it would look like, the pattern pieces, and then it explains like what this pocket was originally designed for, what the sizes of it, what notions you need. So each little pocket option has its own little like overview, and then its instructions are right behind it. And then you just go to the pockets that you're doing. Like here's the tooltip pocket, here's its little overview, and here are the instructions here. So let's see, we just need our, so it's 2 1/4 and then 3/4, okay. Well, it's Julie. She's got to be a problem. Make sure you don't do the longer one at the top. You want to do the shorter one. We just do the raw edge there. No need to turn it under. Straight's good though, Straight's good. Let's see, 3/4. I actually like to measure it up here. This is more important to me that these visually look parallel because I really struggle with that. And it's partly because I'm not as careful as a lot of you guys, right? You guys are pinning it, you're ironing it, and I'm not. And what happens is then my pockets will be hemmed unevenly, and I will correct the weirdness by sewing them on so they look like they're straight. So I cheat. All right, and then we'll put our vinyl pocket on here. And I'm actually just gonna tack it on in the middle here and along the sides. I should have ironed my pockets after I hemmed them. And we're gonna do this side too. I chose to put this on the bottom lining, and so then that means that the corners aren't rounded now. So we can just round those. We can do it later. You get reminded in the instructions. And then we can get rid of this binding. And then those are done. See, Sarah? See how fast that is? Hello, Monica. Oh, that's weird, Julie. Maybe close it out and open it again. It might just be like some sort of visual display thing. All right, so we have our flat pockets. I like these fabrics. All right, and then this is our tooltip pocket. And I think I'm gonna give it a little more oomph. I have some scrap fabric here. Do I do that? Yeah, is this a big enough piece? Let's see. Not really, huh? Let's see. I must have a piece here big enough for this. This one might be big enough. Oh, it's almost the same size. These were all like little samples I had for doing demos. All right, so we're just gonna fold this in half. I just want it to be really stout. And then this is gonna go on this upper lining here. So one of the confusing things about this case is that the lower lining it's like lower meaning the bottom half of the case when it's open, right? And it's rounded on the lower. And I think, weirdly, I think we would all be thinking that all the pieces, this would be up, right? The rounded edge, and it's not in this case. There's one that's like that, and then there's one like this. So you have to kind of remember that. Oh yeah, pop out chat. And then when you pop out the live chat, there's 3 dots at the top. When you pop it out, then go to the live chat toggle and change it from top chat to live chat. That's what I have it on to today. Which side do we like better? I think this side looks a little better. But I really love that little lily of the valley there. We'll put it like this. All right, let's. Just making sure I'm lining up the actual fabric pocket, not the extra I added. And then we have a piece of elastic here. So we're gonna have to guess what we think this person would do. Let's sew across the bottom so we get kind of an idea of the depth of the pocket. So if we did that, right, I think the elastic works when it's sort of doesn't just sit here, because if this is too heavy, it can kind of go blurp, right? So we want, oh, you did, Emma, that's a great idea. Yeah. Hi, Leah, how's it going? Yeah, because you could just do one layer of stiffener. You don't have to do the whole pocket. Good tip. All right, we're just gonna include a little bit of the handles here. And I pre-stretched this elastic when I picked it up. Like I did this, boop, boop, like that. All right, and then we're gonna position this about right here. And we're gonna make sure we got it the same. I don't think we do. This ruler is so awkward to use for me. I cut something wrong twice this morning using it. Do you ever think that certain tasks, crafts, skills, whatever, they take a certain type of, they don't take a certain type of brain. Certain types of brains work better doing them. So I feel like in the sewing world, quilting brains are different than garment brains sometimes. Because I, like these rulers, these kinds of things, these don't speak to me at all. It is so confusing to look at. There's numbers everywhere, there's dashes and marks, and all the quilting rulers are like this. And every time I have to, I often will get out a regular ruler and measure my ruler to make sure that I'm on the right number before I cut. They just don't speak to me at all. This one's not so bad. I like it because it's thick. It's like thick. That's why I like using them, is because they're thick. But this is my style. This is my style. Yeah, I find them very, very hard, and I work hard to get them correct because I've made really bad mistakes using them. So I think that there's just something about them that really speaks to the brain of someone who puts geometric shapes together and is cutting things and adding seam allowance. So, and yeah, they see Amy, and Amy struggles, the ones I like. Yeah, I've seen quilters. They're like, "Do you have a ruler?" And I hand them that, and they're like, "What's this?" There's no numbers on it. I'm like, there's lots of numbers on it. I mean, I do wish I wouldn't be opposed to these numbers being larger and maybe in black or something, right? Because I'm often, I have to flip the ruler over, but that's about it. Oh yeah. Nancy bought me one of those, Sarah, and I actually love that thing. I love how thick it is, and I like how long it is, and I actually use that one. That one is actually a lot easier for me to use, and it's the same style as those. Hi, Patty. How's it going? I just saw you. It has been a while, Leah. Okay, so let's figure out our divisions. So we'll just try and do them evenly. It'd be really nice if the person who designed this case made this a very divisible number by 3 once the seam allowances were gone, but that was just way too much to ask, apparently. So we're just gonna eyeball it, 1 1/4 in. Let's try and get that thread down there. I'm gonna back stitch it. Oh, and we're stopping there. Oh my gosh, I almost kept going. No need to keep going. It'd probably be more accurate to go like this. So that's what we'll do. We're gonna do this one in half, roughly. I usually look at things like this, keeping my edge parallel to the machine bed, All All right, and then let's get this. Yeah, exactly. That's why Nancy said that to me. I use that ruler, Nancy. I like it. It hangs right next to my pattern space. You don't see me probably use it on camera as much as you'd hoped. Okay, there we go. So these pockets are done. We can piece these two together, the outer. And then we can piece this one together once we have the pocket page. And we're going to push this seam allowance up and top stitch it down. And then we could do this pocket page right now too. So we have these two here. Oh, that might be it. That might be it, is theater mode. Yeah, right, Rachel, exactly. I don't know who they made those things for. See, when I set those alerts up, I was like, every half hour seems reasonable, and now it seems really frequent. So maybe I will, this is good to see them. Makes me feel like a real streamer. I hardly have been watching any live streams lately. My thread came undone. Oh, yeah, I've used one of those, Sarah, with the built-in 1/4 inch seam allowance. Again, yeah, I feel like it is. It's like, how long have I been streaming though? 11:30. Maybe it's 25 minutes. It might be. What do you hate? PKs? What's PKs? I think I need to, I like chat being over there in some ways, but I don't like seeing me look over. What's that noise? New noises. All right, did I do this right? Okay, I did, yeah, okay. All right, so this is I'm using continuous zipper. The pattern was designed so that you could use continuous zipper if you want, but I give you instructions if you're using like a fixed length zipper. Totally fine to do that. I'll show you what you have to do if you use one. I'm just trying to make sure the zipper doesn't peek out from under the binding right now. Emma Drew, how are you doing there? Which pocket options are you doing? Okay, so now we have that. So now if you used a zipper that's not the continuous kind, likely your zipper tape, your zipper width is narrower than this one. And so when you put this on top of the under pocket there, you're gonna find that it sticks out along the side there, right here. And you'll have to trim it to match the width. That's all you have to do though. But I mean, conversely, you could always make this piece wider if you know this ahead of time. All right, so we just need our hinges here. These feel like they could use some oomph too. Let's see here. Let's add some oomph. We could do interfacing too, but I have all those quickies sitting on my new iron. My ironing station is now right in front of me. Oh, penalty kicks. Oh, got it. Okay. I live in a soccer house. I didn't know what that was though. Garbage can's on the right now. Okay. We're interfacing. Okay, so we're gonna trim our zipper flush with the bottom of the vinyl here. And we're gonna put our hinges here as like a sandwich with the pocket page in between. You could tack your page too. I honestly feel like I'm doing something wrong right now and I don't know what it is. All right, and now we're going to top stitch that down, but we're also going to get rid of everything hiding inside here because it'll be hard to get rid of later. All right. I'm pulling it pretty firmly, the hinge. And then now we can bind this whole thing. That's the last element of our Quickie case. Let's try and keep these lined up, shall we? I'm not very lined up there. I always start from the back because then that way what you see every time you look, when you open it, you see the good side. Okay, all the way down. Do you hear the vibration? Like, it's not that though. What is that sound? It's a new sound. How is the machine vibrating at all? I didn't put the vibration pads under it yet, but it's not on a thick carpeted surface now. So tell me if it's vibrating, because I can put the vibration pads under it, but it doesn't seem like it needed it since there's no carpet. Is it echoey or anything? It sounds fine to you? And is it vibrating at all? I love making the pocket page. I actually was kind of toying with the idea of putting 2 in this case as like a trial. Because like you could do maybe flat pockets on upper and lower, and then 2 pocket pages. I think that could actually be really useful. It would be kind of thick depending on what you stored in your pocket pages, but it gives you like 2 super secure pockets for little things, you know. No echo is great. It's a 12 gauge matte vinyl, and it's listed in the pattern info. 12 gauge matte. The thing is, the vinyl in this particular project is acting as a window. So, I mean, I always put scissors, and these are the sharpest scissors I've ever had in my life. They are, look at how that tip is, you know. I've never had a problem putting my scissors in any of my cases, and I've been making cases that hold notions in them very, like, pressed for a really long time, like probably 14 years now, and I've never had an issue. That being said, in the Quickie, it's acting as a window, right? You're just be able to see what's in there. So if you're not, you know, like I feel very comfortable putting these things in there. You don't have to use a 12 gauge. You could use something else, right? So yeah, it's a little more flexible than, say, like the double-double. I feel like the double-double or any of those bags that are the vinyl, those I would probably get something pretty sturdy, you know? All right, so here's our pocket page on here. it looks kind of wide. I've only made a bazillion of these. So let's just trim this up a little bit, and we'll trim this up a little bit too. Now, oh, is the game over? I guess if you're in the penalty kick rounds, it's at the end. All right, so this is my uppercase. So I just lay the pocket page on top of it. Oh, let's trim this too. I love these fabrics together. I didn't even consider just making like a solid one till way after buying these. And I was like, why didn't I just make it solid, you know? Like we haven't seen one like that, you know? All right, and then this is my lower, right? So we're gonna put all these straight edges together. And I don't want my pocket page to get like cattywampus. So, and you need the bottom of the pocket page to be away from the edge there because we're gonna bind it and we don't wanna catch it in there. It needs to be able to move. The slider is hanging down. I'm gonna move that out of the way. All right, there we go. It looks good. Very nice. Here's a piece of stiffener. We just have the binding step left. All right, so I'm going to stitch this down to the stiffener, and I push the seam allowance toward the bottom, the lower lining, like that. And then here is the uppercase. Could you actually just use, yes, and that is in the instructions. It is optional. Yeah, you don't have to use vinyl at all. Maybe I should make one like that. Because I was actually thinking it would be really nice in like a waxed canvas. And if you could probably make the whole case, no stiffener, no vinyl, in a waxed canvas. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of that? I'm looking for a label. Let's see here. We could put, oh, this one's kind of, we should put this little sheep on the other one because it looks kind of knitting-ish, you know? There we go. We'll put, I kind of wish my labels were natural, not white, you know? I'm a very crisp person, obviously. Crisp. Okay. We'll think about it. The sheep would match this case better color-wise, but I think that the elastic pockets with the flat pockets, oh, it's elastic with bulky. Maybe I'll just skip the sheep. I think Libby gave me that cute little sheep. I've been putting my label here, but you can put it on the outside too. I'm a little more understated. Yeah, I think wax canvas could be nice. And then skipping, I don't know about skipping the stiffener. The problem with skipping the stiffener is the elastic closure. You'd have to make sure. I did think of it just now. Why didn't I think of it before the stream? It would have been fun to try that. Okay, so here we go. It's looking good. Very, very nice. Okay, so we have our elastic here. So this right here is one of the key parts of the Quickie, and it looking good at the very end. And I probably should have stressed this a lot in the instructions. I know I said it in the video, but I'll show you what I mean. So when you go to sew your final pass of binding with the elastic here, you want to get as close to the elastic as possible on the binding. And the reason is when you do this, you see how it pulls the binding? So you want it to, you don't want to see like basting stitches right there, because I'm about to tell you baste this on here. And that, you know, I can let this go. I can let the little bit of folding go right there, you know. See how it folds, right? I can let that go as long as I don't see any stitching in there, right? So that is one of my things I really often forgot to do, and I would have to fix it later, and it is kind of a pain to change. Do I only have, oh, they're there, I see it now. This is a little bit off. I'm gonna move it over a little bit. That's what basting's for, right? Let's move this over, and we'll get some butting up into my table there. So I'm going to put that stitching really close for now, so I don't have any danger of the bastings showing at the end. All right, now I'm going to, I like to stitch one down. It just makes it a little easier. I'm going to wrap it around. And we want it to go about a 1/2 inch past there. And I'm going to pull it a little bit too. Like that. And now do the other one. That doesn't look parallel, so I'm going to go by eye instead. I don't think I cut or notched that very accurately. All right, so now we just have our binding, and one's done. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll start my binding up here, just because there's a lot going on between the label and the flat pockets. So I'm going to do on the inside, and I always start from, oh, did I run out of bobbin just now? No. I always start from the inside of the case and go to the outside when I bind, right? And I'm also very gently pulling. Let's pull this over a little bit. So I probably should have basted this whole thing all the way around. I might stop for a second just to check things, because I don't want any wrinkles on the outer. So I'm going to go past this seam, and we're just going to check. We want this to be nice and smooth. So now one of the, see, because look at this is pulling away from the side over here. It'll be okay, but I should have basted it all the way around. One of the weird things when you're sewing things like this, when there's a lining, an outer, and an interlining, and if you were to lay all those pattern pieces up, they are all the same shape and size. That's not technically accurate as far as a pattern goes, but if I were to give you pattern pieces for the lining, pattern pieces for the outer, and a pattern piece for the stiffener, you'd probably not be as motivated to make it, especially because they'd all have to be calibrated. That's not the right word. But they'd all have to be designed for specific weight fabrics. And if you deviated from that, then the whole point of the engineering would be moot. So we just kind of live with it the best we can, the fact that they are a little bit rumpled one layer to the next when we're keeping them all the exact same shape and size. And this is why when I say baste it, maybe don't baste it all the way around the perimeter with one continuous stitch. Like lift the needle up and, you know, let it have some gaps in your basting. This thing's kind of long. I always have to fold it up. All right, and then I'm always trying to make sure my elastic is kind of straight here. So I pull it off the side and that I don't catch it by accident. I have a lot of seams in my binding. I didn't cut this out till 6 o'clock last night. I was like, oh yeah, I have to do that. Yesterday I had such this idyllic view. I was like, once I have pattern chatter, everything will be set up. I'm gonna selfishly sew for myself. I had to do so much yesterday. I had to create the thumbnail for the stream today. I had to schedule the stream. I had to do it for the guild and create that thumbnail. Yeah, we love to see that. I had to, I made kits that are, there's a very limited number of kits for the Quickie case. I had to create the listing, photograph them. I had to package them all up, cut them all out. That took like 2 days. So, yeah, I was here till 6:45. So there was no selfish sewing happening. Maybe today. But I'm one of those people that when I have like a big project coming and there's like an unknown, I want to tackle it earlier than later. And with the live stream next Friday that I'll be streaming on the So Liberated YouTube channel. There's a few unknowns with that, and I kind of want to start like seeing if my idea is going to work to be able to do that. Don't cut your elastic by accident. Hey, thanks, Karen. Thanks for becoming a member. Is that what it's called on YouTube? A member? You're joining the channel, I think is what it says, right? Thanks. Now you have some cute emotes to use that you can only use here. All right. We're just trimming it down, making the seam allowance nice and even and consistent. This is kind of awkward. Can you please? There we go. I always do this from this side too, not the other side. There we go. My scissors could use a little sharpening. But do I know where to go to do that around here? I don't. And I'm scared. I'm always scared to take my things to someone. No one cares about your tools as much as you do. And no one listens to us. Well, not nobody, but we're hardly taking it seriously, aren't we? All right. Okay. I need to get this ink off of my table. It really bugs me. That's from Let's Make May. All right, how do we do here? It's looking good. Everything looks okay. And this is my favorite part, to do the flippity-doo. What do you think about this binding with this fabric? I think it works. I like it, but I think I'm kind of... I have my own style. Okay, so let's edge stitch this. So now this is when we do this last stitching here. So see, I have the stitching to cover up from sewing the binding on. And if we just edge stitch along that, we'll be golden. So we'll start turning this under. I really tuck the corners like this in. I'm really pulling very firmly. I don't know if you can see that, but I really tuck that little folded raw edge. I kind of tuck it against here. I've never really said that, but that's kind of what I'm doing. And it just wants to stay like that then. I also use my finger to push it away from the case because it wants to creep this way further. And then you have a little like stitch line across the corner right here, right? So I push it away to try and get that fold more lined up to the stitch line there. You would think I would have perfected curves by now, but I will admit I got pretty good at them and I just stopped trying to get better, and I should have continued to get better because you can always get a little better, you know. It's just one of those things where you start going, oh, okay, that happens. I'm pulling too hard, or I'm not pulling hard enough. Nothing like a seam around a corner, right? Come on. Don't make me look bad. Cooling, I'm glad. Yeah, this, I love these. This kind of fabric is so me. 2-color fabrics with lots of little delicate details. Oof, that really speaks to me. What is that noise? When I kind of rev. Oh, okay. I think it's the thread cradle. Okay, okay, good to know. I think it's touching the table a little bit. All right. So here we are. Oh, there we go. I did run out of bobbin. I knew I was going to get close, but I have one on standby. We back to winding our bobbins as we sew. What do you guys think about using your Quickie for? Like, is this going to be hand sewing, knitting, crochet, or something completely different, like makeup tools or something like that? I'm kind of curious. I really liked mine for knitting on the go, but I don't really knit now, so that's why I decided to resurrect this design and make one for me for just to keep my hand sewing stuff at home. I was polling it. Oh, cool, Aisha. Okay, for all those things. I've never done this before. Oh well. At least it landed on the binding and not through the vinyl. I was pulling it. Pulling it not hard enough, apparently. I probably already had caught it when I was pulling it. Oh, really? I feel like I have seen that name, and it's probably because I've gravitated towards their fabrics. I'll have to try and remember to look that up. You're up to 3, Aisha? I could sew 3 today. I should have cut out a 3rd. Let's get rid of all these threads here. Did we go further than that? No, we didn't. Okay. Let's fold it like that. Oh, you do, Diane? That's cool. Yeah, I think, oh, that was the other thing. I used this for carrying my stuff to Sew Expo. That was great, actually. I loved the two that it was so easy to grab and find in my bag because it's so stout, you know? It doesn't take up a lot of space, but it's easy to grab out and it doesn't catch on things. And the green, I made mine in like a green denim. It was great. Because, you know, when I'm setting up for the classes, lots of people would be talking to me while I was still trying to set up and stuff, which is kind of like you have to do that, you know, like there's not much time to set up. So a lot's happening at once. So it's just really nice knowing that if I put my stuff away at the end last time, everything was going to be right where I expected it to be. Because I am like very chronically one of those people that will just make anything work in the moment. And I think you probably are not surprised by this, which means I compromise my space, my tools, things, you know, in the moment, the heat of the moment, right? I'll just chuck it on the floor or whatever. And it's taken some decades, still working on it, but I try to be, I try to be a lot kinder. Like, it's okay. These people can watch me put my tools away. That is part of the project, you know, so that I am very present and organized for the next group, just like I was for them. You know what I mean? So, all right, so here's what I mean. I'm just like getting my fold just past that stitch line, and I'm gonna sew right up to it. Or at least past the, at least put my needle to the left of the stitch line. Like in most areas, I'm trying to do it to the right. This sounds like my bobbin's out, and it's not. Yeah, his name is familiar. Yeah, I immediately thought arts and crafts as well. Oh, I would love to see those tools, Jan. You're such a good wig maker. This is a very generous gift, Diane. Treat yourself first. Okay, we're gonna go over this. I have this folded away, so it makes it kind of like a big hump right here, so you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna sew on something, but you know you aren't. Just reassure yourself, you know. I promise that the how-to video, I actually tell you what to do in it. I just didn't want to bore you guys with that, because if you're making it with the how-to video, you don't need the redundancy. Oh yeah, I really like these fabrics. Yes, yes, a little busy. I think of this as a solid though. I love the binding on the inside. Yeah, cute, cute, cute. Very cute. Let's test our elastic out for the, yeah, that looks good. See, we got a nice queen. I had to fix almost all the quickies I made because I kept forgetting to do that. All right, now for something different. Let's do this one. Nice, bright colors. Oh, that's a good idea, Rachel. Maybe you could get fabric that matches the guitar pedal he did. Does he have extra? I love that. I love that. Can I just ask you guys to be better about shouting to the world when you make one of my things, you know? I want to see it, and I want others to see it and make it. All right, so this one is going to have the bulky pocket, which is my favorite pocket to sew right now. And this is the outer, this is the lining. It's my bulky pocket right here, and it has these little ends that I've promptly lost. That's not good. It was kind of a great effort to cut them because I had to use the quilting ruler, and I had to do it twice because I can't read a quilting ruler. I've lost them. Let's see, are they just like chilling on the floor? We have more fabric. Here, this is the piece I cut them out of. Maybe they're on the floor over here. Oh, here they are, they're in the cart. They were under the instructions. Okay, we got everything. Always do a double check. Maybe I could make the magnet thing with a strawberry. He does have extra? Oh my gosh. That's pretty cool. It's a really creative part, right, Allie? Yeah. We've been talking a lot, not a lot, but we've been talking a little bit about that lately in the guild because a lot of folks signed up for the new-ish sewing website Backstitch. It's called Backstitch, and it's free to join. It looks like you have to like wait to be accepted, but that's just, it's just, they accept everybody. That, totally, Rachel. And we were talking also about like how we just buy fabric, we buy fabric, buy fabric. And I was relating this one story this woman told me. This is a tangent. You can use the pug emote if you would like. where I used to live, I lived in a small-ish area. Like the whole population of the county was like, it was like under 100,000, right? Whole county. And we got a Target, which is kind of a big deal. And for those of you who don't know, Target's just like it's like a everything store. And it has fun stuff. And I was going there way too much. And my friend said, you know, she was an artist. She said, you know, I feel like, she's found that spending is a form of being creative, and maybe you need to be creative because you're a creative person. You haven't been getting much time to do that. And I was like, huh, that kind of rings true. And so I decided to be more conscious about being creative when I felt the urge to just go to Target. Because as a parent with a small child and you just want to hang out, you want to do something easy, you want to get out of the house, you just are like going crazy, you're like, I'll just walk the aisles of Target, and then $200 later, you're like, why'd I come here, you know? And I didn't want to just buy stuff. And so I have found that with, like when I became a knitter, it was kind of the same thing. So it's so easy to buy yarn because it takes so long to do a project. Because I did big projects. I always did sweaters. It takes so long to do a project that you don't feel as creative, right? You're just in the mode of just doing stuff. And I like that. But at the same time, you still want that creative outlet with this craft. So you buy yarn or patterns or whatever. And I really had to resist that because I knew as a sewer I already had a lot sewing-wise. I already had a whole factory, right? I had like, you know, 1,200 square feet of factory or 1,500 square feet of factory or whatever. And so I decided you know, I won't do that. I won't buy a ton of yarn, especially because I go to shows and I get it for free. I get it from friends and stuff. And that kind of carried over. And then now that there's backstitch, I feel like backstitch is a really great way. If you input your fabric and you input your patterns, you can actually match projects. You can create projects in there. You don't have to make them, but you can create projects in there and you're being creative. So you're like picking out fabrics, you're picking out patterns, and you can kind of look at them and sit with them for a bit. And I think it's really great, like for kind of being creative without having to buy fabric all the time, you know. So yeah, there's too many Streamlabs things, aren't there? You have beginner skills, but I would love to make one. Oh, that's a great idea, Jan. I love that. You're going to have to surreptitiously borrow their tools and measure them and stuff. Lindsay, hello. How's it going? Nice to see you. All right, let's on to do our next one here. So we're going to do elastic pockets and then the bulky pocket. So let's do our elastic pockets first. All right, so I'm going to do this all in one step. I don't do this in the video, I don't think, and I don't think I do this in the instructions, but this is how I would normally do this in production. I would lay the elastic down, right, at the bottom of the elastic is lined up to the fold line, and then I'm going to fold this over so that I know I have space for my presser foot and the elastic, and I'm going to go. And this is usually, I do this for elastic that's actually pre-cut. So this will be a little trickier because I need to cut this on the fly. So now I'm just going to hem this over. This like this. Actually, I can just stop here, and then what I would do is, you know, get my, I would have usually be at the stage where I'm attaching it to the case. Like this. I pull this. Get the width I want, and then there we go. And now I do it for the other side. So then I don't have to do the whole feeding it through a tube thing, you know? So I always, always, always stitch through the ends of my elastic, and I stitch through the ends of my elastic through all layers. And there's a huge reason for this. I'll show you why. It's going to aggravate me to do this, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to do it like this, okay? All right, so we've only tacked it to the bottom layer, right? And now I'm going to fold it over and I'm going to sew it. And you're thinking, what's the big deal? I'll show you. If you have to sew thousands of things like this, trust me. I'm holding my elastic here. If it was pre-cut, I would have just backstitched over the width. So we're going to make this the width again. All right. We can let a little bit out there. And so this one I'll do through all 3 layers. That is why I do not do that. See this side? Flat all through there. It doesn't focus very well, does it? All layers. This one I have to dig out now. I have to go like this and try and dig it out. And I have to work against the elastic, and it still is working against me. All layers, always do all layers. I have to hold it. It just becomes too much work. So I do a lot of things without thinking, and so I'm trying to remember some of those things. Oh, that's great, Michelle. Awesome. Oh, you're here right now, Lindsay? Nice. You did one, probably could have. What'd you do? Okay. I'm just kind of going boing, 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 boing. Yeah, I've heard of Stash Hub. I just don't know much about it either. Backstitch is free unless you want other tools, and it's 25 bucks or something like that, right? So I did that. I hardly use Backstitch, but that's not because I don't like it. I want to use it. It's just time. All right, so we're going to lay these pockets. Oh, so let's try what Brittany in the guild did. So what she did was she put her sections only in her top pocket. This is kind of tricky, actually. So I actually didn't make notches at the bottom. I was just going to kind of do it on the fly. So let's just at least find the center, just for some perspective. And we'll do maybe one here. There's my center. This is kind of tricky. I hope I get these straight. And then we'll do this one over here. I don't know if that was the right thing to do, to spread it apart like that. It might, yeah, it might look crooked. And then she attached it, and so this pocket's one big pocket. Very clever, very clever. All right. It's getting warm in here. Can you guys hear my computer, by the way? Yeah, is Stash Hub also designed for like multiple different kinds of crafts? Because I could see like a one-stop shop would be really valuable. If you have items that are bulkier all the way down and you're finding that the fact that the pockets taper isn't really working for you, you can make these more like a square shape. Like take the top of the pocket straight down so that instead of it going like this, it goes like this. And then you could just pleat the bottom here like in each pocket to kind of give you some volume at the bottom. I tapered it so that it would be low bulk and a little easier to manage since this goes into a seam and you have to fold it and all that. But you know your tools better. Oh, I did not do that evenly. I don't really like that. Do I like that? I don't know. Hey, Michelle, thank you. Thanks for becoming a member. Now you got emotes too. Roger wants to document everything I sewed and recorded and yep. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I get that. I'm gonna take out this top stitch right here. Can we get this to relax a little at the top? It doesn't look quite even. Brittany's a magician. Okay. I think that looks a little better, actually. This will be taken up with seam allowance there. I think that looks a little better. All right. Let's see if we can get it on there without catching the lining. No, I don't want to stitch on the strawberries. There we go. Man, my home Jukie's ruining me. I'm using my backstitch lever over there, not this one. I would like to be interviewed by Jukie. I would like to tell them a few things. I know, I am not ever going to get that opportunity, but a girl can dream. Okay, here we go. We have our upper pockets. Let's do this bulky pocket. Oh, I need 4 of these. I need 4 of these. Let's get 2 more. Oh, I just felt the air go on. Yay. It has been really hot here. When I was driving home last night, it was 108 degrees. 108 degrees. My AC in my car, my air conditioning is broken. It's a new car, but it's broken. Not new. It's like, meaning it's not an older car. Regardless, cars, the AC doesn't, you know, that's not something that breaks a lot. So they tried fixing it before I went to, when I drove up to the state of Washington for Sew Expo, because it also is my heater as well. And they thought they fixed it and they hadn't, but it was fine on the trip. I would much rather be cold than hot. And so my car, while it's mostly in the shade all day and it's at the shade at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The car itself is still taking on the exterior heat of the environment because it's 108 here, and it's crazy warm. It's crazy warm. So yeah. What is hot? Come on over, Derek. We've also, you know, had a really big fire near us. And that's just been making the conditions so bad for the fire. All right, so we just kind of sandwich these ends. I like to top stitch them. You don't have to. I just think it looks nice. All right, so we need this to be, I think, something like 9 inches when we're done. I didn't pre-cut my zipper, and I think I'm supposed to cut it 8 inches. Right? Let's check. Let's just walk it along this edge. I agonized over this the most. Oh yeah, we have a lot more we can trim off. Okay, so if we want, so we're gonna trim it off like right here. Let's try that. 44 years. A few things have changed. I'm not in LA, by the way. It's a big state, buddy. I don't assume you're in Edinburgh or Glasgow. Yeah, totally, Allie. I wouldn't, if you're happy there, I wouldn't change. Like, depends on if you want to spend that time doing it, I guess, you know? But maybe, yeah, maybe see if there's a feature you really want. They're very, 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 very responsive. People will ask for a feature, and then sometimes the next day it's there. It's kind of nuts. And I think it's called, I think it's backstitch.co. Hi, Kara, how's it going? Are you talking to me, Nancy? Oh, here, I just moved my office. I'm like a half mile away from my old one. I had to move for a variety of reasons. I was sharing a storage office. Like with someone here. So he's an architect. He had an office down the hall from me. And then he and I were pretty much the main people in this office complex, in the entire freaking building, actually. Huge building, but still empty because of the fire from 5 or 6 years ago. And so he and I decided to ask if we could rent one of the offices as a storage space. And they gave us kind of a discounted rate on it, and which was really convenient. It was right next to me, and gave me more space because that office was so tiny. And he got a really great, it's a whole long story. I've told it in like a workshop of the ability to buy an office in this building. So he took it, which was smart. So he did that, but that means I lost my storage office. So he's like, hey, I have like 1,500 square feet here. You can just put your stuff in here until you figure it out. And so I did. And so I moved that storage stuff here. So I was living between my house here and my office for things, and it was chaotic. And then I was doing So Expo. I was doing all kinds of things. And then I did Let's Make May. So it was a while, and then finally I was like, all right, let's talk about it, because he'd always offered if I wanted to rent a space here. And it's a good deal. Internet's included. I have 3 small rooms, so everything's very organized. I'm still kind of moving in. So that's it. That's all. I just did that. All right, so we're just going to bind. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to stop sewing. We're just binding one side of the zipper. This binding is really good. And then we're going to bind the edge of the vinyl as well. I'm not even changing thread color on this because I think the white stitches look kind of good with it. Sometimes I like it. It's kind of the whole, you know, like I like how the two-tone, the little design, like on the binding here, I really like that kind of intricate. There's something about the white stitches on black binding when there's a lot of detail for me. I really like that. So we need to calm these updates down on Streamlabs, don't we? All right, and so now we're going to bind, let me put this on the peg back here. It's a little better. Now we're going to bind our bulky pocket. This little curved corner is the corner of the case. The big curved corner is the bulky pocket. And you actually can go this way too. It doesn't have to be this way, although that felt really wrong to do that. So I'm going to stick the way I designed it so I don't get turned around. All right, I did it from the back side of the pattern piece. I'm gently pulling the bias. That's a lot easier than turning the corner on the case. And then we'll pull it to the right side, give it a good tug-a-roo, and then I heard it again. I'll unthread my my machine after the stream and figure out what that sound is. Oh yeah, this binding. Hubba hubba. All right. Then we're going to attach the zipper to this little thing. And I know this isn't symmetrical, but it's very easy to find the halfway point. Very easy. It surprised me too. So there's the halfway point, and then we're going to mark the halfway point. And the reason I'm doing this is because everybody's probably going to end up with a different length zipper with the ends sewn on. And this is going to make it so that you don't end up going, you know, like sewing it like this, and then you end up with having only zipper down here, right? Like it goes zipper right into the case. And the reason we're putting these little zipper ends, especially with continuous zipper, is that we're not binding over the zipper. You can do that. I've done it before, but I knew that probably people wouldn't be comfortable doing that. So this just gives you a nice flat fabric surface. So if you have a zipper with stops in it and there's fabric above and below, you don't actually have to put the ends down, but it is kind of a nice touch, you know. All right, let's get rid of some of these raw edges here. And if you use a prepackaged zipper with the stops at the bottom and the top, your zipper is likely narrower, and you're going to have to trim down these little ends so that they match the width. All right, so then we're going to do this. We're going to just roughly get this in the same spot. No, you can ask me. I'll tell you if you're being nosy. Let's get this. That's pretty close. Okay. It probably seems like I'm really public. I am a very, very private person, but I'm also open about a lot of stuff and honest. But there are certain things I'm pretty private about. Just because I don't feel like it's like interesting to you or your business or your burden or whatever, you know. That's not why you're here. There we go. So this will be a little raw edge. That's your only raw edge right there. You can make it wider and sew in right sides together and turn and finish it if you want, but I think it's going to be fine, especially if you pull off these threads, clean it up a little bit. Make sure they're not showing in there. And then there we go. Let's get rid of this thread right here. We see you trying to sneak along the seam. And grab you. There we go. All right. So now we have our bulky pocket. And we're going to attach it to the case. Ooh, I love that. Oh yeah, we were just talking about, I was just talking about backstitch, exactly. Okay. Ooh, I love this. I love this fabric. Okay. I'm going to kind of force this flat, right? So I'm going to get this up here and we'll pin it on today. All right. This is a little too wide right here. Why is that too wide this time? We need to be able to bind along the side here, so I probably didn't get this on here far enough. So I'm going to move it over a little bit because we need this binding to be, well, that'll actually be fine probably when I do this. Let's see. We just need it at the bottom. We can always do this too. You can pleat it. I've done that before. So let's get this moved over right here. We just need enough room to bind. Go like that. Okay, and once you kind of pin those two, just kind of look at this. Is it laying pretty much flush? Then you're pretty much good to go. We can pin one more if you want to make sure it doesn't like shift around. It seems a little harder than it is. It's just awkward, right? So now if we pull that up, it's okay if it's kind of drawing this in. That's okay. We're gonna secure it to the stiffener. And does this look? Is this flat over here? Flatter than it seems. As long as we can get this perimeter all flat and this flat, we're good. All right, so let's stitch this on. I'm just sort of holding it in place as I mash it down so nothing shifts. There we go. All right. So now we can sew our pocket page. And this is how it goes. So the straight edge goes, I don't know if you can see the pieces. I did a black marker around the perimeter, I think, for the video. This straight edge is the one that goes to the zipper. So that's the one we're going to bind first. I'm gonna do it from the wrong side. But like I said, this can be fabric if you don't want to do vinyl. I'm kind of surprised at how quick this is to sew. I mean, it's a long thing to sew and sell. But for yourself, you know, it's not. Because I see some organizing cases that are super cool, but they look so hard. Like, even I'm kind of like, ooh. You know? That they look hard. All right, I like my zipper going up. I think in this case it's a good idea. I usually go from the bottom up as well. I find it a little easier. My right hand is used to holding the zipper. Get rid of these threads. Poor Michael, he's starting a new job next week, and it's away, unfortunately. But yay, he got a job, right? He was shipping his bike there. So he went to the bike shop, and they probably have like a service where they dismantle and ship. And Michael was a bike mechanic and managed a bike shop for 7 years. He knows how to do this. But, you know, he just thought, oh, I'll just have them do it because they're going to have all of the correct box and all the things that go inside, and it's a lot easier, right? They didn't ship it. And he's arriving on like Wednesday. So he had to borrow my truck and go get his bike because he's like, okay, I guess I've got to do something else. You guys have only created the label. You only packaged it yesterday. I gave it to you a week and a half ago. So, and that's his transportation while he's there. It's a bummer. Okay, there we go. We have our hinge. Pull firmly, right? Top stitch down. And now we bind. Wrong side, right side to wrong side, or back side. You guys are so quiet. My first stream, be more chatty. I had a question for you guys. What was it? Oh, there's a seam right here. This, I really did this so far in. Why did I do that so far in? Dang. Now I have to include it because it's vinyl. Bummer. Oh, I'm sorry, Leia. No, he lost it a year and a half ago. I wish you so much luck. I know you don't want to hear this probably, but don't wait to look. I know it's probably also kind of nice to have like a little time off, even if it's not paid. Like you're like, okay, well, fine, I'll take a little break and then I'll start. I just wouldn't recommend it. It's really hard out there, but I don't know what you do. So, you know. And, you know, my husband's 5 years older than me, so ageism is real. Very, very real. So, and it's so funny because he got passed up. Like, he came in second for very good jobs, probably 4 times. And every single one of those jobs, the person that they hired has already left in less than a year. You're fine, Monica. Yeah, I'm sorry, Leah. Yeah, I'm glad you're already looking. It's kind of crazy because it's such a different way you look for jobs now with like using things like LinkedIn and Indeed and all those things. I've listened to this really great article about why things are kind of messed up in the job searching space. And I learned some things that, while I don't think they're great, they comforted me because ghosting is a big thing happening when you're looking for a job right now. And there's a reason for that. And so I'm going to tell you this reason just because you probably wouldn't find it by yourself, on your own, because you would have to stumble upon it. Hi, Elena. I did one, Elena. Here it is. I'm on my way to doing this other one. Ooh, nice, Rachel. Here's one. We did one. Now I'm doing the other one. So the thing that I learned, and I won't go on and on about all this because I could talk a lot about this because it's been a crazy year and a half, is that they interviewed someone who hires a lot of people, or hires people, right? She's the hiring person for a big company, in a very specialized company, like very specialized, high engineering type jobs, right? And she said, here's the deal, like what we do is so specialized that we're not actually looking for anyone, but if we found the right person, we would take them because it's so hard to find people that do what we do in the way we do it for what we're doing it for. And it was like some crazy ladder thingy, and it was even in a Transformers movie, like it was whatever, right? And she said, when you're paying, as a hiring person, when you're paying LinkedIn to post jobs, say it's $400 a month to post a job, you can post up to 3 jobs. But let's say you only have 1 job that you're hiring for, but you're still paying $400 a month or whatever it is. You're going to probably list a couple of extra jobs. You may not be hiring for those jobs. So that really shed a lot of light on what would happen. So yeah, you don't get any replies of any kind. Yeah. So that is, yeah, something we learned I thought was really helpful. So, and we didn't learn that till like in May. So yeah, that does suck. Exactly. But then no, it's not you, you know? So yeah. Look at the fabric. I love this black fabric. All right, let's make our pocket page sandwich. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and maybe you'll have a lot better luck than he did, but I can talk about it a lot just because I think things are a little different than what people who monitor these things, like monitor employment, unemployment, hiring, jobs, availability. I think the landscape is very different than what they are saying it is, because their metrics are not allowing for flawed things like that, like extra jobs being posted that aren't real. So it's obviously any kind of data thing is going to be a little bit like subject to some things. But anyway, you're not alone. Just keep looking. Just keep looking. What do? You look. Oh no, Julie. Well, if you ever want to talk about how that is, because that is I'll tell you my one thing I tell people. If you're gonna do any kind of sewing related, or like for me, it's sewing related is what I know. But I will tell you one thing to do, and I think this is helpful for any kind of business. Find out how much you would like to make per month, all right? And you could do it even just for a random number. It doesn't have to be accurate. Just pick a number. You're like, okay, I want to have $2,000 in sales a month, or it's not even that. Like, no, I want to have $2,000 in income a month, right? They're different. Those are different things. Now I want you to, if it's a product that you're doing, I want you to go, okay, could I sew that many of that item in the time allotted of this month and sell that many? Like, if you can sell them is one question, but are you physically able to produce the number you need to sew in order to get that financial number, right? Because say that financial number is $8,000 a month, which You guys might be like, $8,000 a month, Saremy, that's crazy. No, that's not crazy at all, because you have, just using your home isn't a good way to look at your overhead. Your home is not a office space with a factory in it, right? And so your dining room table can only bear that for so long, and not building in those expenses potentially really does yourself a disservice, right? Because then you're just going crazy. So then even if you don't consider overhead, I would just look at it like, am I physically able to sew this? Oh, okay, cool. I can actually do 500 of these in 40 hours a week every month. Can you also cut them and sew them? Can you also spend time researching the fabric? Can you also spend time paying the bills and managing things? Don't forget, shipping takes a long time. It would take us a whole day to ship 100 orders. So if you're planning on doing, 400 orders a month, that's a whole day a week gone. So that's why I just say, do some math. Don't be afraid of the math, because I know, like, some people just think, that's so cruel, Saremy. Why would you, because I've had people say that to me. You're being mean. That's not nice. You're crushing their hopes and dreams. I'm like, no, I am sparing them financial debt, despair, and frustration. So yeah, there's marketing. There's, and like when I was sewing and selling, social media was kind of a baby. Like, it was full on thriving, but it was a baby in conjunction with marketing a product. Like, you probably can't imagine a world where we lived where you weren't being constantly marketed to via Instagram, Facebook, and whatever. But that wasn't the case. Instagram was like a baby. We were just posting cute pictures and then people would be like, you should, even though it's a business page, you should just post what you're making and selling. And then there was not even a link in your profile. There was no link in your profile. There was no link tree to put products. Like, it was a completely different thing. So yeah, it's just do the math, because you will potentially save yourself a lot. You can't just buy what you need to sew, right? You have to actually buy enough to sew 500 when you only have, you can only financially afford to sew 25 of them. But now you have all the materials to make 500. That doesn't look that great right there. I think I'm going to do that again. So anyway, I don't want to be like just dashing your hopes and dreams, but my least favorite posts are when I see people doing their little business. And yeah, I'm being a little demeaning there, and I'm doing that on purpose. Their little business, and they're like, man, this is so hard. Or they're doing their update for their custom whatever, and they've got this huge like following, and they're like selling out. And then you learn they only had 12 to sell at the beginning. Unless you're selling 12 Mona Lisas, you're not making a you're not going to survive selling 12 of something. And that is true. You see those people that go kind of hot really quick, like yarn or bags or whatever. They seem like they have this big update coming on Tuesday and blah, blah, blah. And then you learn they will never tell you this, but I know that they only had 50 to sell, but 250 want to buy it. And people get mad. That is not a good problem. That is not a good problem. Selling out is not as good as it seems. You can't make money when you sell out. So it's just a lot of things to think about. I have been that company that people were like, you didn't have enough to sell. You sold out in seconds. And that was like, we did this annual thing. And I would sell, I think we did something like, how many items would we sell during that? It was like 1,000. And we would still sell out, and people would still be mad at us. It's like, dude, that's my limit, though. Yeah, scarcity will backfire after 2 or 3 updates, because you can't and I saw this at shows as well. Like the year that we, oh shoot, I just top stitched that to itself. Dang it, now I have to take it out again. The year we brought our sewing machines to Stitches West and we sewed on the show floor, we brought a little less than usual because we were filling our booth with basically a buffet of partially sewn pieces, and you put the pieces together and we would sew it for you and finish the bag off. And you come back a couple hours later and be done. And our booth, I took a picture of it. It had literally like one thing hanging on the shelf at the end, because we also became a little bit popular, or people were like, hey, you know, I don't want you to have to ship this to me, or I'm out of the country, or I don't want to wait. So they would just buy something off the shelf, right? So I was like fine with how I thought the show was a super successful show. It was great. It was great to really put people in touch with seeing things come together and be sewn, and what industrial sewing looks like. Because I had this one friend that would be like, oh my God, look at that poor person hunched over a sewing machine. I'm like, everybody hunches over a sewing machine. And I didn't like that kind of portrayal of production sewing. I wanted it to be like, I want you to be in touch with what it looks like people are making your clothes and everything, right? And but every empty spot on my shelf was a missed sale, you know? And even though I thought the show was a super successful thing, having empty shelves was not good, you know? So that you can't sell, you can't make money. Yeah, people are a lot more savvy about it now. And there's a lot of scams now too. So you're going to be doubted. You're already doubted when you're making something, because there's so many people out there who have scammed. Just visit Reddit to see what not to do. I'm so glad I didn't know about that when I was in my business, because it would have been so stressful. But people doubt you. You're like, you didn't ship it the second I ordered it. And you're like, I'm not Amazon. I don't care if you're not Amazon. I'm scared you took my money. You're not going to ship me anything. So, oh yeah, very small business do terrible things. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Rachel, are you serious? I just read that. Yeah. Anyway, I have lots of stuff like that. And it really bugs me when I would actually have friends say, you just, you know, you're not being very nice about that. It's a business. All right, did I get it straight this time? Did I get it through the stiffener? Not on the straightness, but I did get it on the stiffener. We're gonna leave it. Third time is not a charm sometimes. It just gets worse and worse, right? Let's get rid of the threads. I like to make sure I don't have, did I drop something? Threads in between, because you can kind of feel them on the stiffener. This stiffener is very smooth. Other things might like nestle in and not be so obvious, but okay. What do we think of this? One pocket. I don't feel like I did a good enough job for this, but I like the idea. Maybe when the binding's on, it's going to be better. All right. I've had friends that had businesses say that, and it was probably because I was saying it to a friend. And I was like, I'm saying this because I am their friend. This has always been my pet peeve with people who don't like honesty. I'm like, no, I'm not being mean. I'm just being honest, and I don't want you to have to go through this. The reason Chicken Boots did so well and worked was because I had a lot of training. Like, I didn't have to hire people to do a lot of the things because I could do it. That's huge. If you're an expert in what you're doing and you're available to do it for your business, that's great. But there was a point where, like, I was either going to hire someone to have to run it or hire someone to sew, you know? And I had to stop sewing. But I still did all the engineering and logistics and marketing. Not very good at marketing. So yeah, it's really hard. Do we think this could blend in nicely? I don't know. My label's not as cute as this fabric, but it kind of works, so I'm gonna leave it. Yeah, the people that say that, Nancy, I'm like, would you buy it? Well, I wouldn't buy it, but somebody would. You're like, oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, where's my binding at? Here we go. Last step. So the only thing I haven't done is this covered button. Do we want to try and do this? Where's this poor strawberry print just didn't get very much use in this case, but look at how good the case looks. Oh, I love this fabric. Yeah, let's try this idea. Okay, where's the pattern piece? Here's the little pattern piece. So it needs to be like that. Okay. Right? I know, right, Terry? I kind of wish we liked them better as, you know, a fashion thing. Let's see if I can make the strawberry work. All right, so it was like that big. Okay, so we can cut this down a little bit more. Did I go too small? Nope, okay, we're good. All right, so we want to save this little pattern. Oops, my trash can used to be right there. Okay, that's that. Okay, Terry, I have a question for you. Thanks for subscribing, Camila. Yeah, I love that Streamlabs just said that. Nice. Okay. Terry, this little mold has like a raised portion on this side with like a moat around it. And then this one is just like a cup. Which side, because it doesn't show you in the picture, it just says place in the mold. Which one goes, I bet it's this one. Oh, it's gotta be this one. That makes sense. Okay, it's gotta be that one. Is the strawberry gonna fit? Barely. Okay, we got the strawberry. Don't let me forget the magnet. Where's the directions? Okay. Cut button pattern, place fabric, center fabric bronze sit up over mold, hold fabric firmly and press button shell into mold. Okay. Okay. Got it in there. All right, all right, all right. Center fabric. Wait, did I put the right one in there? Shoot, dang. They look the same to me. It's the same? Oh, I don't need this. I have a spare. Okay, that's what's going on there. I think I had a spare. Okay. Right? I don't... Oh, no, that is not a spare. No, yeah, that's a spare. Okay. 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 Oh, look, we can see our strawberry. Yeah, I know, Sarah, but you have to, it has to be able to cover the edges. I did the pattern piece, so I think that's fine. All right, so let's stick the, let's stick a magnet in there. Oof, let's hope this works. Okay, I feel it. All right, I'll do this. And now we stick this in here. I don't know if it's gonna work. That might be too much inside. Ooh, oh my gosh, I think it worked. Look. I heard it click. Yeah. Look how cute that is. Yeah. I love it. Okay. Thank you, Brittany, wherever you are, for the great idea. This fabric doesn't really show it very much. Where should I put it? Would you rather it be like, it could be like out here. Oh, look, right in front of the in the middle of the flower. That the elastic's gonna go there. Because maybe when you're sewing, you want it there. Maybe the other side. Oh, yeah, maybe. Look at that. That's in there nice. If you were doing probably the canvas, it might be hard to fit the magnet in there with the fabric. Maybe there. I feel like the thread spools would be down here. So your pins could go here and then it closes like this. You know, like there's some space here. Because up here, you know, the pins could go out the top. Although the pins here could touch your vinyl. I don't know where to put this. You know, you probably could do this with a little fabric flap that hangs out from this seam here to cover your pins. But maybe you wouldn't leave live pins on there. I am not responsible for what this person does with their strawberry pin magnet thingy. I'm just going to sew it on. Yeah, okay, Terry, exactly. We need some, I'll just use this, I guess. Okay. Saramy's hand sewing. Oh, someone just opened the door. We have a little doo-doo-doo. Okay. So I think I'm just going to go through the, I'm going to go through the stiffener here. Yeah, like right there. It'll be cute. I'm going to do a few stitches to kind of give it a nice solid base. But I'm going through the stiffener there. Like that. I just want this as a button now. Okay, wait. This... Yeah. Okay. Oh, shoot. My needle came undone. This is a big chunky needle. Let's cinch it up a little bit. Let's see. It got twisted a little bit too. One more. Okay, there we go. I want my strawberry to go like this. So I think I need to go like this. Well, this already looks kind of bad, sewing wise. Let's see. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no. No, it's not sliding. Oh, I shouldn't have oriented the strawberry. Why is it so tight on there already? There we go. Okay, let's get this. Good thing I'm not keeping this case, right? I am not paying sour. Maybe I should keep it. I'm trying to orient the strawberry the way I want it to sit on here so it's not like cockeyed. But maybe I shouldn't worry about that so much. But see, it would be like that, even though I was very careful with how I placed it on here. Okay. Sorry. Don't tell Bernadette Banner. Thankfully, my needle's not like grabbing the magnet. Okay, that feels very secure. Oh, thanks, Allie. It's no worries. Oh, the one about in embroidery, right? I think I saw a teaser for that. It's awesome. I've often wondered that exact same thing, like, and it's one of my complaints about the current world, like, back a long time ago, they made much more beautiful things and they had fewer resources, you know? Phew, that was a struggle. Okay, let's bind it. All right, so we've got our label on there. Look at how cute it is. Oh, this is the wrong, these pins don't magnetize. Yeah. Okay. Last step, we didn't put the elastic on. And candlelight, exactly. Without prescription glasses like we have now. It's crazy. All right, let's put our elastic on. I'm gonna raise this up a little bit here. Shut our case. You can cut this outer piece as one whole piece of fabric. It was just, you know, you would have had to tape three pattern pieces together, and I was like, You do need to tape them together to do the stiffener, though. The stiffener pattern piece. All right, now we have our elastic on here where we want it, like right there. Now we can do our last step. I love how easy this case is. Like, it always works out, you know? It's not a three-dimensional object, so it's a little more like intuitive if you're like, okay, wait, this doesn't look like it's gonna work out. You can pretty safely figure out how to change it. It's flat, you know? I have that little bit of vinyl hanging off the edge because I wanted to make sure that I didn't catch this side, this binding, into this binding that I'm sewing now. And I don't think I actually had to worry. Let's move the pocket page out of the way. Make sure we don't sew the elastic. And then just curve a little better, sort of. Turned a little prematurely there. There we go. And again, I didn't baste all the way around the perimeter, so that's why I have been stopping and kind of, it's because I have this loose area, I'm kind of pulling it over. And plus the elastic is pulling against me, so basting it where at least where the elastic attached would have been a nice thing to do. Let's pull the pocket page out of the way. All right, we've met our beginning. I got the perfect amount of binding. Hello, Francis. How's it going? Well, I just added a magnet to this covered button. I thought that worked out really good. But my original idea was to use a little wool. I have these little wool felt cutouts that are kind of dense felt and cupcakes and butterfly shapes, I think. And I was just gonna put the butterfly in one of these, and I forgot to get that out, but someone did a magnet hand appliqued EPP, I think, little hexie or something. I don't know what it was. And I was like, ooh, maybe a covered button could work. I didn't really want to have to hand sew the circle, so. Yeah, these fabrics are vibrant. When I saw this black fabric featured on, probably on the Hearts website, I already had it in my head. And then I saw it at the Sobo place in Boulder. I was like, oh, that's that fabric. And it's fun to see it in person. Because of course originally I was like, what could I make to wear out of that? But it's quilting cotton. So not much. I could maybe wear the dress, make the dress I'm wearing now. That would be kind of fantastic. I could do it on the bias. Oof. That'd be nice. I'm calling this dress my power suit. Today I was like, I'm wearing my power suit today. First stream. Okay. Let's see how it's looking everywhere. Do a little once over. Kind of want to keep this one. I don't need it though. All right, so we have, this is what's bulky right now. Okay, I'm just gonna start about right here. What is it? What is making this noise? See you, Elena. Have a good one. Okay, really close to the edge of the binding there, so that the elastic doesn't pull it back. It's falling off my table here. And do that really firm tucking with the bias there. Are you guys just sewing summer stuff right now if you're in the Northern Hemisphere? Or are you already thinking about fall? I know I shouldn't say that. I need a plan. That's what I need. I really want a couple of new blazers. So I think that's going to be something I need to sort that out though. I have fabric for one that I got at Sew Expo. Oops, I just got pushed off away there. Oops, sorry. What do you think of this camera above the machine? It's a new camera. Do you guys notice it at all? It's winter there, yeah. So are you planning are you still just doing winter sews right now? I used to be so good about trying to make things for the season in front of me so I got the most use out of it, but right now I'm feeling a little more like, oof, I don't have enough summer things. You're doing a summer retro vintage. Ooh. Oh, I love that. See, you're planning for autumn. That's great. How's your quickie coming, Emma? Are you already done? Gosh, it's falling off my table here. I sort of got a little off track here. Let's see. There we go. That works. All right, the pocket page is down there, out of the way. And then here's my overlap. You think so? I'm kind of on the fence about it. I feel like the quality of it is nothing different for this overhead camera, and that maybe I should just go back to my regular webcam above the machine and make it my face cam. Because I'm finding that I have a lot more adjustments with it, but not within the streaming software. I have to leave that in order to adjust it. That's a good plan, Aisha. Ooh, Margaret. Oh, football, okay. A skirt that multitasks. Oh, that's a good, I like that. Really create, okay, good. That's what I want to hear. I want to know if you've noticed anything. Okay. I just stopped sewing in a spot. I can't see it. And there's going to be little threads. There it is. Okay, I found it. I like this one. Look at that little strawberry. Boop. Yeah. Those magic pins hold so good to magnets. I mean, a lot of hand sewers or stitchers, they have needle minders already, so they can attach that to this too. Oh, congratulations, Allie. That's awesome. This looks cute. I was on the fence about putting the black on the outside, but I really like it. It frames it really nice. I think binding is great as a contrast to frame things. Yeah, me too, Julie. I knew that it would be a completely different vibe than this one. This is a little bit more, I don't know, just natural looking. Yeah, really, Nancy? These are great. I like. Oh. See, this is how you get fabric out of your system. Like, you know, you could make something out of these fabrics to wear, but it's limited, right? This is how you can get it out of your system. Look at that little strawberry. The strawberry really pops out for me, which is, I'm glad. Oh, you got which blazer did you get, Derek? Oh, you're making cargo shorts. I'm sorry. They're my nemesis. I think I was thinking I might stream the blazer because I think that would be kind of fun. I just know, you know me, I'm not into all the couture techniques. And as much as I wouldn't mind sitting there going into a rabbit hole figuring it out, I don't know if that's great TV. You like this one, Lean? Is this the one you're calling artistic? In person, it's just, look at how vibrant this is. Oh, it's so good. This camera is more, it's softer. Yeah, okay, Terry. We could do that, the Saturday sew along. That was kind of fun. doing the blazer so long. I love that teal blazer, Julie. I'm planning on making that. I'll probably make just a couple of mods. Like, I'm not going to rethink the wheel, but I would like an unlined blazer as well. Like, I would like to make that pattern a quick pattern for an unlined blazer because I would like to wear more blazers, you know. See you, Francis. Have a good day. I'm doing their video for that, Michelle. I already got the fabric and everything. I got it at the Sobo place. I'm doing 3 videos for them. I'm doing a dress, the painter jacket. So is that already out then? And then a set. I don't know which ones are out or which ones are not out, so I don't want to say too much. I have 5 videos to record right now. 3 are for wardrobe by me. The Heather blazer with uncut. Ooh. Wait, you haven't made the Heather. You've made the Metro blazer. But that one's like knit, right, Aisha? Oh, the pink natural one is more artistic. This one here, lean. Okay. This one's more painterly. I think I know what you mean by artistic then. Yes, this one. And the arts and crafts thing. Oh, this fabric. It's so good. Look at all those little details. You can't really see it. I love it. Metra. Yeah. Simplicity 8899 Minster. Oh, I think Terry has made that. Terry's mama said so. Terry makes a lot of blazers for her sons and suits. I think that's it, right? It's the tuxedo one. Oh, I might be wrong. Sorry, Terry. Oh, okay, they've had the pattern. The pattern's been out. Okay, cool. Yeah, she contacted me and she's like, Saremy, I found someone to edit my videos. She doesn't ask me to edit them. I'm wondering now if she just doesn't know I do that. But she has a very specific format that she follows, and and I love that. I just have to record the video with no sound. I can listen to a book. I just record the sewing video, no face cam. I love those videos. Those are fun. Yeah, the numbers are tough sometimes. Well, this was fun. Thanks for, helping me on my inaugural stream. Let's see. This is my iron camera now, but it's got a bunch of stuff on it right now. So that's sitting right in front of me. And then I'm going to have a serger camera over there. What else do I have? We may have lost a cutting surface for a while, and I'm sorry about this, but I cannot get it to register things over there. It was all set up. I've used it for a Zoom. I can still use it for a Zoom as a face cam, like as a full, like just one camera. But I need one more camera as an overhead because I have 4 over here and I only own 5. So I need a 6th. And so I need to do that, but I can't get audio hooked up over there. My Yeti microphone cord broke. I have a backup, but I haven't tried it yet. I was a little bit like this with tech issues this week, so I haven't tested the new cord. Hopefully it's just fine and I get the Yeti set up. I can always bring this microphone over there, but it'd be really nice if it was just set up. And then maybe we can do some cutting streams. I don't think I can switch between cutting and this in the same stream though. So the tool case with the gingham binding. Oh, this one here. Wait. Oh yeah, the fox. This one's for sale on my site right now. Yeah, it's cute, isn't it? I love these fabrics. This little flower, oh, so good. Gingham. Always a winner. This is also Zipper by the Yard. This is what I used for the sew along video. Pretty sure. Wait, I actually don't remember. Yeah. It was these because this is the this was for the photographs. Not thrilled with these fabrics, but like as far as like I needed something simple for the photos. And then the quails were tests. I already sold one of the quail and one of the fox. They were tests when I was getting close to like finishing the pattern. And this is just one that I made for hand sewing that I just never used before I had the bulky pocket. So, motivation, Rachel. Which one is it? Is it the Auburn? What would make you tackle it? Maybe unlining it or something? But then you have to deal with the shoulder pads, huh? But the shoulder pads can still be in there. Oh, the in-person is the Auburn. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right, well, I'm going to let you guys get about your weekend. I will be live on the Sew Liberated YouTube channel on Saturday, the next 2 Saturdays. If I can figure out the tech and it's fine, I may add another live stream this month on my channel. So I will figure that out. And yes, I will see you all in the guild. I started adding little video tutorials in there, which is great. So make your requests known. I could try and accommodate. And that's it. Yeah, any feedback on the stream today would be great, just so I know everything's going good. I'm still setting things up. Thanks for coming and breaking in my new office. I love the space you had where you had that big cubby. Oh, me too, Nancy. Me too. The library ladder that rolled. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Amy. Yeah, nice seeing you guys. Yeah, exactly, Nancy. It really was. All right, guys. I don't know where I'm going here. Let's see. Right, where's my mouse? I gotta find my mouse. Here it is. I have 2 monitors now. All right. Where's this? Okay, see you. Bye.